but this is our restorative wheel. And so when kids come in on restorative days, we like spin it, and then whatever it lands on is the activity that you do. And yeah.
And do you want to read the restorative options?
Yeah,
that are
can you show us that in a little more detail?
Yeah, I'd love to know more about those activities.
And before you read them out, a shout out to Giselle's dad who made this for us for a different event, and we've kept it.
It's really beautiful.
Can Alyssa or Giselle help me with this? I'm running out of breath.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to read it. So the first one is the one that's on the purple one is how are you? So that one basically we would be sitting in a room or sitting in a circle together, and so they get to ask each other like popcorn to somebody. So like I would ask like, Mara, how are you? And then you would respond like, oh, today I am feeling happy. And then you would kind of go into like a little bit of detail about it, where we kind of don't want them to just say like, oh, I'm good, and then not really say anything. So then from there, Mara would popcorn to whoever she wants to popcorn to and continue asking everybody in the circle how they are doing. The only thing is that like the person who already answers, like you can't go again. But since like I asked and nobody asked me, I could still get asked. So you basically ask everybody like how they're doing. Which way do you want to go? Okay, today I need that one is basically we have like a little ear cutout and a mouth cutout, or we're just gonna ask them. So like today I need, and if you say you need an ear, that means you want to listen. So you either want to like sit there quietly, listen to the music that's playing, because we play some like pretty chill music in the background during our restorative days. And so like we'll listen to a song together and just kind of like sit there, listen to the things around us. And then the people who say they need a mouth, that means they want to talk. So they want to talk about their day, talk about what's going on. We try to get them to talk more about like emotion type of things. So like about how they are doing, more than just like wanting to, oh, this is my favorite show and this is why I like it. Like more things like about them. So yeah, that's kind of how Today I Need goes. For tense and release, that one's like a little confusing because I've seen it done a few different ways, but I know we were going around in a circle and the kids would choose. So like you tent something. So someone said like tenting their face. So they like scrunched up their face, and then you hold it for as long as they say it, and then you release. And then so like you scrunch up like your hand, you keep it tense, and then you release. So that kind of thing. And everybody chooses something in the circle. So that way, like you're like kind of releasing your stress in a way. And then for mindful scavenger hunt, actually I'm not too certain on that one. I don't know if Giselle knows.
We're lucky because that's Sabrina's.
I know, I was about to say. So mindful scavenger hunt, we have a sheet made for kids, and it's kind of like a scavenger hunt for them to look at the sheet. And there's like examples of like, look for something that will make you smile, or listen for something that'll make you laugh. So like little things like that, or like count how many lines you have on your fingers, and the intention is for them to be mindful of their bodies and the senses that they're using in this space.
That's really cool.
And then the one good thing, we usually just like go around in like a circle and we talk about like one good thing that happened to us either that day, that week. We don't really like to limit it a lot because sometimes like, you know, kids can have bad weeks. So maybe they want to say something that happened in that month. So a lot of them do like this activity, and they're also very supportive like of us. Whenever we say like one good thing, they're always like clapping and they're like, yes. Yeah, they're so supportive. But that's the one good thing. And then we have the five senses one. We basically go over like the five senses and what are they, and then we ask each other like, oh, like is there something that like you can like hear, like what can you hear right now? And then like we're all like quiet, but like people can still hear like the, what was it someone had said, oh yes, like their shoes going against the rug. Like it's just like them being like very mindful of like the environment that they're in, and like even like the feeling like touching. They said, oh, I can feel like my socks on my feet. So it's just like very like funny responses, but also like very like thoughtful. And then we have mindful stretching, which is we basically also go around and each person gets a chance to like suggest a stretch for us to do. And then it can just be like anywhere, like from like the body. Usually like they like to do like the legs and like touch your toes and things like that. But that one, they really enjoy it because it's like more like physical. And then I'm not too sure about this one.
Me either. I'm trying to remember. Is this Sabrina, you again? Who was this? Because I know, and then just, I mean, as we try to remember, our shout out to our team. So what this was is we have a weekly team meeting on Tuesday nights, and we knew we wanted to do restorative activities over summer. We found the wheel in storage and said, let's use the wheel. We knew we wanted the wheel, we knew we wanted restorative activities, but we didn't have the activities yet. So at a team meeting, we just kind of like talked about, Alyssa had reminded all of us about this goal. And so we had a conversation about ideas. So we had one team meeting where everybody brought the idea to the table, from like each person brought something, whether it could be researched, it could be taken from Pinterest, it could be made up, whatever, but that it kind of followed this goal of being restorative, being mindful, refreshing, allowing the kids to kind of be more calm, quiet. And then by the next team meeting, it had to be fleshed out and ready to go. So we just last week started using all of them, because we started off with the ones that didn't need materials yet, because we also even have more. There's like a roll the dice one that Giselle thought up, but that needs actual materials that weren't ready yet. But before we go into roll the dice, I mean, self-care bingo, does anyone remember? I don't think we've done it yet. Yeah, so I believe that one is, from what it sounds like even, and I'm trying to remember our team meeting, it's like for the things that you've done for yourself that day. And then you go through it like a bingo card. But Giselle, you want to talk about roll the dice? Forgot about that one until I said it.
Yes, so roll the dice, or the dice game. I'm still not sure what the name is going to be. But basically, I ordered a really like big inflatable dice from, I believe it was Walmart. And it's like really big. And it's just like, we wanted to get it that way, like the kids can have like something like to touch, but obviously like it could be disinfected as well, or also gloves can be provided. But basically, like if it lands like on an odd number, they get to answer like a question of a trivia question. So like obviously like not too hard of like questions, but I forgot. I'm trying to think of like an example of question. I have it written down. But for the even numbers, like if it lands on a 2, 4, 6, they get to answer a question, like a more mindful question. So like also like the how are you? Like, are you good? What are you feeling today? And also like what kind of like weather like represents you? Like do you feel like sunny? Do you feel like cloudy? Like what is it? So it's just like very like thoughtful questions. And then some of them even say, oh, ask one more person how they feel. So it's very like interactive.
Thank you for sharing more about the wheel. That's super helpful.